take first question on the right side. John?
John Corrales, Boston Sports Journal. Jaylen, when you're out there looking for specific matchups offensively, what's the timing like for you with the ball and you're looking for the matchup versus I can't get to this matchup, I have to move the ball, like of trying to avoid stagnation? Is there like an internal clock? Is there something that you have to realize, like, okay, we can't get to this matchup, I got to move the ball to see if we can get to a different matchup?
Yeah, it just depends on how fast we get the ball up the floor. If we are walking the ball up the floor and we starting our offense at 17 or whatever, it's different from you starting your offense at 20 because you got the ball up the floor. So I think that goes into it. If you got a little bit more time, maybe you could scan the floor a little bit, but for the most part, you want to kind of make quick decisions and keep the ball moving.
Stephen Bondy from the New York Post. Jason Kidd just said it twice that you're the best player on the Celtics. I was just trying to get your reaction to that.
I don't have no reaction. I don't know. I think it's a team game, and we're trying to focus on that. And everybody has their own opinions.
Fourth row on the right.
Yeah, hi, Jaylen. How is your mindset coming into Game 2, especially after your explosive game in Game 1?
Say that one more time.
I said, what is your mindset coming into Game 2 and finishing the game early, specifically after Game 1?
Yeah, coming out even more aggressive, but even more disciplined. Dallas is a really good team, and they've responded very well to, Game 1 losses. They come back in Game 2. So we're going to get a forceful, more aggressive team on Sunday tomorrow. We got to be ready because they're really good after a loss. So we can't be surprised, and that's what I'm preparing my team for.
Mark in the third row.
Jaylen, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com, right ahead of you. When you went back and looked at the tape, what do you think you guys really did well defensively to kind of take them away from what they like to get to?
Just try to keep them off balance. They're here for a reason. They're well coached. They do their roles. They perform their roles well. So can't give them the same look every time because they are, the more comfortable they get, the better they are. So just try to keep them off balance.
Mark, can you pass it back to Gary behind you?
Jaylen, Gary Wasser, Boston Globe. In 2016, you visited the finals. You went to Oracle. It was like a couple weeks before you got drafted. You had the high top fade and all that. What did you take from that experience, just like being in that NBA environment a few weeks and you didn't know where you were going to be, whether it was being Boston or not? What do you remember about that?
I remember it being a pretty cool experience. I see some young guys in our league now, like walking around and stuff like that. And I think that's pretty cool. It was before I got drafted, like you said, and I was still, fresh out of college. And, I knew because I played at Cal Berkeley, I knew some of the guys on the Warriors. Steve Kerr's son was my teammate, Nick Kerr, at Cal. So, I went to a lot of Warriors games that season. And, I got to meet a lot of those guys, and talk to a lot of those guys before I even got to the NBA, mainly Andre Iguodala, who is like a older brother, mentor to me now. But, those experiences were everything, being able to see what a winning environment looked like, being able to talk to guys who have done things at the highest of levels and then give you encouraging words and wish you well and good luck. That was my experience. NBA Finals 2015 or whenever that was, before I got drafted. And I think, it's a part of the reason why I was able to get back.
Fourth row in the center.
Jaylen, Jimmy Golan from the Associated Press. One way to interpret Jayson Kid's comments, would that be that he's trying to kind of get some rivalry going between you and Jayson that might hurt the team? Why do you think there's this perception that you guys aren't happy to be teammates and share the ball and all that?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. But we've been just extremely focused on what our roles and our jobs are. We've all had to sacrifice. Jayson has had to do that at the highest of levels, right? And and I respect him and tip his cap for it. But right now, at this point, it's whatever it takes to win, and we can't let any outside interpretations try to get in between that.
Nick over here in the second row.
Hey there, Jaylen. Nick Galley, Field Level Media. I know on Thursday night, Kyrie said he thought it would be a little louder in here. This crowd, you've challenged it before ahead of Game 7 last year against Philly. Said you needed everyone to be loud. They responded. What did you guys think about the crowd on Thursday night here, and what do you think you're going to see here on Sunday?
I thought the crowd was good. I think we can be a little bit better. So I expect us to be even louder. Sunday, we're going to need our fans to be hype. You know, it's not just team versus team. It's crowd versus crowd. It's gas station versus gas station. Supermarket versus supermarket. It's the whole city versus the whole city. So we need everybody.
Last question, David.
Jaylen, David Aldridge with The Athletic. Your team's spacing offensively has really been great the last couple of years, and I just wonder what that process has been like in terms of figuring out the best ways to absorb space and to be in the right spot to start the next action and to get the shot that to get the best shot that you can get on each possession.
Yeah, just watching film, taking your time, seeing and reading the game, being aggressive, not hesitating, but also making the right plays, like you said, being in the right spot. Spacing has a lot to do with that. Making sure our team is properly spaced, and then being aggressive from there. We expect them to be a lot more aggressive on defense. Dallas coming out into this game too, so it's going to put an emphasis on us to be more disciplined. We got to get to our spacing well. We got to make the right reads. Got to take care of the ball. Can't do stupid fouls because we expect a great punch from them.
Thank you, Jaylen. Jayson will be up next.